In this video, we'll have a look at how to get the weights for a specific layer in a Keras model. I have a weights.hdf5 file already available. This is based off a model that I built, a very simple model with 3 dense layers. The first thing we'll do is import the h5 file library. We'll go ahead and define a function to get the weights. We'll pass the name of the layer that we're interested in and the file name. In this case, it's going to be the weights.hdf5 file that I have here. So let's first read the file and see what it contains. We'll simply loop through the keys in this file and print out the key, and we'll also print out the data type or the object. So let's see what this file contains. I'm going to call this function that I just created. I'm interested, I know there is a dense layer. I'm interested in the dense 1 layer, but the code above is not going to do that. It's just going to print all of it. So let's see what happens. And the file that I'm interested in is the weights.hdf5. So let's run this and see what kind of results we get. There's a module called h5 file. There's a typo here. Let's fix this. Okay. And again, as you see, there are 3 layers, and the type of the object for each of these layers is a hdf5 group. And here it clearly says that it's got 1 member, which means the structure has something more in it. So let's save this in a variable, and we'll do the same iteration again, but this time on this variable. Let's do the same steps. We say key1 and we say O of key1. Let's see what this returns. I'm going to clear this, try again. So as you see, there was a group, and now there's another group inside it, and it's got 2 members. Now let's save that in another variable and see what it contains. So I'm going to start another iteration, key2 in R. Let's print this output and see what it looks like. Now as you see, there's a group, there's another group, and now this group contains 2 data sets. This is the bit that we are interested in. You might know what a bias is, and you might know the kernel. These are the collection of weights that we have that is used in training, and this is available for each of the layers in the Keras model. So dense 1 is 1 layer, this is the 2nd layer in my model, and this is the 3rd layer. All we have to do is process this data set, convert it into a NumPy array, and you will get the weights for this particular layer. So let's go ahead and figure out how to do that. So we are interested in this specific layer name. So we're going to add a condition for that. So layer name is going to be dense 1. We need to know if the object is a group or a data set. As you see, there's hdf5 group and there's hdf5 data set. We are interested in the data set. So let's write a couple of helper functions to tell if an object is a group or a data set. We use the isInstance method to help us out with that. If it is a group, return true, return false otherwise. I'm going to copy this method and write a similar function for a data set. Not necessary you'll have to do it this way, but this is just so that it's very clear. And we also define a function to get dataset from group. Now this is going to be a recursive function because as you see from this output here, a group contained a group which in turn contain the two datasets that we are interested in. So it's better to just recurse to the objects and get the dataset because that's what we need. So if it is a group, then we do the same iteration that we did before. And we call the same function again with this new object. And if it is not a group, then it's a data set. And that's what we are interested in which case we just simply append it to this array. Right. So since this is the layer that we are interested in, we're going to create a datasets array. We're going to call the function that we just created by passing in this array and the object that matches the name of the layer. So at this point, after executing this function, you will get the dataset collection. Now we need a way to get the weights from the datasets. It's very easy. You can do that easily with NumPy. The way you do that is, let's say I create a weights array, an empty array for dataset in datasets. Say weight equals np dot array of dataset. NumPy takes care of converting this dataset into an array. And we simply append this to the weights array that we created earlier above. Now we just return the weights, and this should now have the weights for the particular layer that you're interested in. So we need to import NumPy. Let's go ahead and do that, and that's it. This variable should have the weights. Let's go ahead and print it out and see how it looks like. hdf5 is not defined. It should be h5 pi. Let's go ahead and see. There you go. As you see, these are the weights that gets printed. You can also use the shape to print out the shape for each of these weights. Let's go ahead and do that. W in weights, print w dot shape. Let's comment out the other print and see how the result looks like. There you go. So you found the bias and the weights, and this is how you get the weights for a given layer in a model. Thank you.